Alrighty then, let's talk about the Rose Bowl. Okay. We got the 2024 Rose Bowl coming up. I think that's what it's considered, 2024. Um, um, you got Michigan taking on Alabama. Michigan is the 1 seed, Alabama is the 4. We had some issues about the seeding. Most people felt that most people felt like Florida State should have got in. They was undefeated, but their quarterback was hurt. Their backup got hurt too. Um, a lot of people don't speak up on that. Um, so uh, but they had to put Texas in because they wanted Alabama in there. It's all about the money. Alabama beat Georgia, so they had to put Texas in there because they put Bama in there. So, and what's so funny about it, Alabama was almost close to losing to they were almost close to losing to Auburn. They had like a little mini Hail Mary to win that game. So but they beat Georgia. Hold on real quick. They always want to play these things on videos, bro. Um, so, uh, but I'm a Michigan fan, but I'm realistic. Um, I'm realistic with this, and I think so. Michigan is a 1.5 point favorite. They out there in Pasadena. Remember, this is not for the national championship. The over under is 46.5. I believe we played them some years ago in one of the bowls, and Harbaugh has been notoriously uh trash in bowl games and in big games. Um, I didn't think Michigan looked overly impressive, versus Iowa. And Iowa got a good defense, by the way. They always good in the trenches and play Michigan pretty tough, even though um, it didn't look uh impressive. But Harbaugh just been coming up short in big games, even in the national football league. He came up short in big games. We last played them in the Citrus Bowl in 2020. They beat us 16 to 35, 35 to 16. We played them in 2012. It wasn't in the bowl. They beat us 41 to 14. Last time we beat them was in the Orange Bowl. It was 35-34 overtime. So, yep. I mean, head to head all time. Trying to look into the head to head record. 5-2 head to head. I don't know. This shit hard to read. But they historically have had Michigan's number out here. And but you got the College Sports Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, and get Michigan a 55.7% chance of winning. Alabama 44.3. And Jalen Milroe, after having a very shaky start, great coaching, and Nick Saban's done a great job when guys were talking about pulling them. They did pull them, bring them back. He's looked fantastic. Not the running game they used to have, especially with a mobile quarterback. You would think they would have a better, a more potent running game like they usually do. Maybe don't have the greatest weapons that they usually have year in and year out, but a lot of those slow numbers is just due to Jalen Milrose having a slow start. So yeah, they beat Georgia by 3. They beat Auburn by 3, exact same score. The Michigan is just blowing everybody out they playing, but SEC wasn't as strong this year in my opinion. But they still the best. Nobody dominates forever, but they still the best. But this wasn't as strong. And I watch Alabama games from time to time. They lost to Texas, and probably the dream matchup is probably Texas. It's probably Texas versus either Michigan or Alabama. Texas is usually year in and year out the most highest grossing football program in America. Then it's like followed by Georgia and Michigan in some order, and Alabama is not too far behind those two universities, by the way. So their dream scenario is Texas versus Alabama or Michigan. That's what they really want. And you know, and JJ McCarthy was injured towards the end of the season, so he got a couple weeks to to rest up, and we'll see pretty much how they handle, him resting up. But think about Alabama; they're usually good everywhere. They good in the trenches, good in the back end of the defense, good in the middle of the defense with the backers, good with the trenches in the offensive line, the backs, the receivers. It just seemed like they don't have the magic there that they usually have at those positions this year. And it's the NIL. Now everybody can pay their players. They talk about how, one of the players talking about how they couldn't do certain things because Michigan was stealing signs. And in my opinion, allegedly, Alabama's been cheating for years, and everybody knows it. That they allegedly been paying these players for years, allegedly giving them cars and shit. Everybody know this shit is true, allegedly. You know, so for them to go out there and call any program a cheat, it's them and Duke. Everybody been doing what Krzyzewski been doing there for years, allegedly at Duke. So for Alabama to sit here and cry wolf and talk about how people are be cheating them and all that, that's hogwash. In my opinion, that's pure hogwash. You know, so at the end of the day, I still think they got a good program, but obviously with the NIL, the transfer portal rules changing, and all that type of stuff, you know, uh, now they don't get the recruits that they usually would get because now is everybody now all these boosters can come out the pocket and do some things. But at the end of the day, Michigan is strong in the trenches. But uh, in my opinion, Alabama, is probably got a better coaching. The quarterback is going to be a problem. They might not be as high powered as they usually are. But to me, Michigan don't have the greatest skill positions out in the receiver neither. At one point, they had Tyreek Black, Donovan Peoples Jones, Nico Collins, and guys like that. And now they kind of got away from getting really, really good receivers. You know what I'm saying? So Michigan's don't really have great, skill position at the receiver. They got good tight ends, good running backs, good offense and defensive line. But you got to ask yourself, and they got solid quarterback play, but you got to ask yourself, that's where Alabama thrives at. And usually Alabama also got the trinkets to go with it. They usually got the great receivers, the great backs, the great, what I'm saying? Michigan usually, is great in the trenches, but then in my opinion, they lacking a little bit on the back end. I mean, a little bit in the receiver position. You know, so they lacking at the receiver position. And I think sometimes, that's an issue for them to get those explosive plays. You know, so that's just my opinion on it. But but it seems like Alabama don't really, may not be explosive at the playmaker positions like they usually are, or have those studs there like they usually have them. But um, you know, nonetheless, I'm a roll with Alabama in this game. I'm a realist. Until Harbaugh win a big game and coach a big game and get them there, I don't believe it. I got Alabama winning this game. I'm gonna say 31-20. I think Alabama roll easy. To me, Michigan just still don't have the playmakers on the outside. Still lacking at the coaching. Um, I think Alabama matches up really, really well with them. I just think they don't have the playmakers on the outside, um, and where they strong at, Bama strong at. And I think Milrow rolling. I like Bama in this game by double digits, like 31-20. I don't think it. I think it'll be competitive for like the first half. I think Alabama just pull away in the second half. So yeah, I got Alabama winning, man. 31-20. That's just my opinion on it. Michigan just looks shaky all year, in my opinion, bro. Even when they winning these games and blowing them out, they pulling away in the second quarter. I just think the strength for they in the trenches is also Alabama's strength. I think Alabama just got a little bit more than they got, in my opinion. So on the outside, as far as receivers, and what they can do down the field. So yeah, I like Alabama in this game, man. So um, I easily bet for them to cover. I got them winning the money line, and obviously I got the over in this. I think the over was 46. So yeah, nope. I got them going under. If it's 30 to 2, that's over. I got the over. So yep, that's my opinion on it. Hope Michigan win, but I'm rolling with Bama, 31-20. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, check out the College Sports Talk playlist. Hit the link tree. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole nine. Appreciate the love and support. Let me know what you girls and guys think in the comment section. Peace.